It's Tuesday. Still not getting a good out of me. Still feel horrible. But the game must go on. And last night it did. What is there to say about last night? Not a great deal, really. The group landed on the island, as I predicted. I mean, they were sat right next to it, so I would have been quite surprised if they hadn't finally gone on to it. When they got there, the shaman in the group decided to see if he could visualize and see and speak to the spirits that might be in the area, because he had a bit of a bad feeling about the place. He did see spirits in the area. They were all screaming and burning in agony. Not the best sign. As the group started investigating, looking around, seeing what was going on, they discovered that inhabitants on the island had been ritualistically burned to death, and that their bodies, or that they had been placed before burning into a ritualistic symbol on the ground. The symbol of corn, the blood god. They decided that they didn't like that symbol being still smoldering on the ground of this island, so they decided to start shattering bones, smashing bones, moving bones. They tried a few different methods, because what the group's shaman noticed early on was whenever they started destroying bones, it seemed to obliterate the soul, the spirit that he was seeing as well. And they tried a few different methods, trying to find a method that did not damage the spirit. They failed. There was a method that they could have attempted to salvage the spirits, but I'm going to be honest, I made it extremely difficult to find because of the nature of what was going on, and the few checks that were involved did not roll anywhere near well enough to make a realization. So that played out basically as I did expect it to. Once they had finished destroying all the bones, they did discover a few things. A drow ritualistic dagger, a magical Fenrisian dagger, which is quite rare, and the shaman's staff, which had been broken but retained its magic. Luckily, they did have a caster with mending who was able to seal it back together. They also discovered, underneath where one of the piles of bones had been, that before they had been burned to death, one of the people had managed to, with their hands, carve out something on the ground in the what was originally dirt, but actually once it was burnt and caked, became quite solid into the ground, like a baked clay almost. And it was the symbol for the ruined underground cities, the forbidden cities, where Fenrisians know that their ancestors once lived, but they are forbidden to go. Now, Aldrin, being not from this world, recognized... apologies. He recognized that symbol from his own homeworld. His own homeworld was also a colony world, and he recognized the symbol of the fleet of the Allfather, the original colony ships. Putting that together with the idea that the Fenrisian legend says they came from the sky and that their ships were turned into their first cities makes perfect sense. You know, not really much of a surprise there, but connecting dots, I again. They decided then that whatever did this had some connection to that place. And Aldrin, having already had some previous knowledge that there was a temple, that there was at one point a Thousand Suns temple, corrupted Thousand Suns, not him, down there. He kind of wants to head to that place anyway. Bob definitely wants to head to the Isle of the Iron Masters because he wants the hell off this crazy planet. Eventually, a lot of different conversations go on about what they should do, why they should do it. Some people want to run the hell away from the north, where all of this is happening. Others want to go to the north and find out what is happening. They eventually do decide to set off to the north. They leave the island. They travel 5 days north by sea, experiencing some more dead animals, and then a couple quiet days, and then actually some live fish. Many apologies. Some live fish, so something definitely that they have not been seeing much of recently. And then they reached the ice line, where the coming winter means that the northern ice is already starting to creep its way south. They made shore, pulled the boats up onto shore, and made camp there at the edge. They had been hoping to find one of the other tribes in this area, but unfortunately they saw no sign of them when they landed. And that's where they've made camp, and that's where we ended the session, and we will be picking up there next week. So there we have it. Fairly uneventful night. They did discover a few interesting tidbits. They did miss a few interesting tidbits. It could have gone much worse. Could have gone a little better. But we'll see how it continues to go next week. I have a couple of fun things in store for them, and a lot of it is going to be determined by how they react to some initial things. So, by all means, like, subscribe. As you can probably tell, I'm still not feeling at my best. So, we'll see how I feel the next couple of days. If I feel up to doing a bit of talking in the car. Hopefully I'll be back around for some more videos tomorrow and Thursday. On Friday, I will not be at work. I'll be at home. It's Good Friday. It's also my Disney booking day, so I plan to record as I'm doing all of that. So I'll be doing that, and by all means, like, subscribe, stick around. I will do my best to keep providing content whenever I feel physically and mentally able to. Until then, have a great day.